Boy, oh boy, am I glad I didn't call this channel Izzy's SEO or Izzy's Get Found on Google, because I think we often forget that there's more to marketing than doing SEO for your business and for your website, as I'm learning with some of this Facebook stuff and Facebook ads. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. What up there, guys? Is here once again with Get Busy LLC, helping local businesses, contractors, and home service business owners understand this internet and show them how to use it to generate more leads for their business. And again, I'm glad over the past year or so, I've really kind of got a feeling along probably a while ago that all this marketing isn't all 100% SEO. I think we often get caught up with all this Google stuff and getting ranking at the top of Google, all this stuff. And we often forget that SEO is just a marketing channel. Lately, I've been talking about how you should be a marketer. If you're in business, you should be a marketer and learn different methods to market your business. I don't care if you're putting out street signs for your business, you're sending out mailers, you're buying a billboard out in town. I know those methods are old, but in a way, they might come back with all of this AI crap that's out there now, all this constant fighting on for rankings on Google and stuff like that. And then sometimes what I've noticed too is the organic listings underneath the map listings and the ads don't really get much action anymore as much as they used to. This is why I solely focus now on ranking businesses and helping businesses understand what it takes to get into that three pack. Because, in my opinion, that's the only thing that matters, especially the years going along and all this AI crap and all this AI search results are going to start taking over. That map listing, I still think Google's going to keep and use because Google's got to give something to these customers, something legitimate businesses, legitimate services that they can reach out to so people keep coming back and using Google, or else they're not going to use Google anymore. They're going to go somewhere else to look for services. And over the years, like I've said, I've often thought about Facebook. There's got to be a way to market on Facebook because I see so many mommy groups and grandparent groups and things like that, local dads groups, things like that. And I see people recommending businesses to other people. Say you need somebody to paint your house, and you're in a mommy group in a local town. I see a lot of moms going on there and say, "Hey, do you guys know a local contractor who does really good, or a local painter who paints houses really well, is really good? Do you guys recommend somebody?" And they'll start talking about it there on Facebook. And so much time is spent on Facebook. So this is why I'm kind of not transitioning all the way. I'm still a huge believer in the SEO and ranking on Google, because ultimately, once you need that service, you've already made up your mind that you want to get rid of your garbage and you want to hire a junk removal service. You already made up your mind that your fence has fallen down and you need a contractor to come fix it. You've already made up your mind about getting your toilet fixed because it's flooding all over the damn bathroom. So that search engine's still going to be super, super important. But is that considered still marketing? I still believe that you should be marketing. This is why I tell people that I was in one of the most toughest competitive industries, which is website design and SEO for contractors and home service business owners. How am I going to differentiate myself? I can't keep blasting cold emails, making cold calls, sending private messages and stuff. Everybody and their mama's doing that. What do I need to do different? I have to think like a marketer. So that's why I built out my YouTube channel, help people with building out their sites, what it takes to rank, teaching them the basics of SEO. And some of those people reach out to me and I'll do the services for them. I'll do their website design. I'll do their SEO for them, stuff like that. That's how I built my business. That's what basically got me to quit my job and do this full time. I was a marketer first, not just some SEO geek who's constantly trying to manipulate this algorithm. So now I'm wanting to spend a lot more time understanding Facebook ads, but use them in a way that nobody else is really thinking about. Now, I'm not saying I'm some expert. I could easily come and say, I know how to do this and how to do that. It's a lot of people that do that kind of shit online. I'm not like that. I just tell you what works. I tell you what I've been doing, some of the stuff that I've done to actually work. And this is why I want to share with you guys some of the things that I'm learning as I'm trying to learn this Facebook marketing for, home services and things like that, but doing it in a different method. And I'm learning a lot of this stuff from some a young lady on YouTube. I've read her book. It's called Ads by Laurel or something like that. She's really, really upbeat. I like this young lady. She's awesome, and some of the stuff she's got a lot of information to take in. So she had a book out. I put it on audio when I go and do my little walk or run in the mornings. So I listen to it and I'm understanding a lot of what she's talking about. A lot of it's more for like coaching programs and things like that. But I'm like, a lot of the stuff she's talking about could be used for paving, for roofing, for some of these home services. So I decided to give it a shot. See, I think a lot of problems that people use for like home services, they'll create some kind of ad that advertises their business, say like, or they're a roofer. Hey, we're a roofer in town. We give free quotes. People are all scrolling on Facebook, right? And they see that ad and say, we do roofs. Here's why we're awesome. Things like that. Schedule an appointment for a free estimate and things like that. And people are really not on Facebook to look for services. You know, they're to be screwing around, look at videos, look at politics, look at their grandkids, look at their family over in the East Coast, whatever it might be. They're on there to escape life and just to screw around and just basically just screw around. So when I decided to help this paving company, like I said, this is totally work in progress. We're by no means experts at this. I'm barely starting this thing out. I just kind of want to document what's going on with it. My whole idea was to target people in Reno in about a 30 to 40 mile radius of Reno. He does a lot of paving work out there. And the whole idea behind this is to try to find a way to filter out people that might be interested in paving services. Maybe they need a driveway installed, or parking lot installed, a driveway repaired, a parking lot repaired, whatever it might be. Something to do with asphalt paving in that particular area. So with Facebook ads, it's easy to target people in a local region. So only those people in that local area are going to actually look at or even see the ad. And the whole idea behind I created two ads, and they're both two video ads talking about, one's about driveway paving and another one's about parking lots. And the entire intention of these ads that I just created, and I spent $5 on each a day, was to get people to watch 25% or more of the little clips that I made. Each one is about 60 to 70 seconds, right? And the whole idea behind the clips that I created was to get people that are scrolling on Facebook, screwing around, not doing anything productive. All of a sudden they see an ad, is like, hey, you got a busted up driveway? Here's a free guide that'll show you what to look for in your driveway to see if you needed to get it replaced or it can just be fixed. And I talk in the little video for about 60 seconds about what to look for and what's included in the guide. And if you want it, just message us and we'll send you the guide. That's it. We didn't have an email submission form. We didn't link them out to another page on their site. Nothing of that sort. The whole idea was to filter out people that don't want anything to do with paving, a drive, or anything. I want them to keep scrolling. I don't want them to show any interest whatsoever. What we're trying to do is filter out people that possibly could use some help with their paving, a parking lot or driveway. So that was the intent of it. So the video will play and sometimes people will like it or maybe send a message or anything like that. But like I said, the goal was to get a list of people that watch 25% or more of the video. And the cool thing about Facebook of what I'm learning is, let's say you were to create some video ads that are 60 seconds long or whatever, believe it or not, Facebook keeps track of how far people watch that 60-second clip. So the theory behind this is that nobody, and I mean nobody's going to sit there and watch 15 to 20 to 30 seconds of a video about paving your driveway or paving your parking lot unless they have some kind of actual need for that service, right? That's the whole goal of it. And my whole goal was to get a list of maybe like 200 people that have watched 25% of that actual ad. So the next phase of this marketing strategy is to now I have a list of people, ads by Laurel, she calls it an invisible list, which makes sense because Facebook keeps track of everything. So now I have a list of people, 222 people who've watched 25% or more of those two videos that I can now go out and make a different ad. Now I'm going to make an ad that's a little bit more salesy. Talks about our processes, talks about what they can expect with the paving. Now on these ads, now I have a place where they can actually book a call, book an appointment for a free estimate, where they can visit the website, fill out that email form, things like that. And now I have a group of people that showed a little bit of interest. And now I'm going to target them with these ads that are not going to cost me that much because it's only a group of 200 people that I'm going to send these ads to and hopefully start generating some leads. That's the whole concept behind this. Like I said, this is an experiment. I'm just doing it. I'm going to document it here to see how the whole thing goes. I'm not going to say it's going to be successful. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're just trying it out. He gets plenty of jobs from his SEO, from his website, from ranking on Google, but he wants to do even more because the Google map listing only goes so far. It only goes about 10, 15, 20 miles. He wants to reach out further And this is one of the better ways that I'm thinking about doing it. The whole idea behind this too is people are going to see his ads. They're going to see his ads. They're going to see his logo. They're going to see his brand. Some of those people are going to go, you know what? Let me look him up on Google. They're going to type it on Google, and they're going to see his website there. They're going to see his listing there. They're going to see his page, and everything matches. Everything is, we're building up his brand at the same time. Well, in doing all of this, we have noticed that we've gotten some leads. Again, the whole goal of our first two ads was to generate an audience, to build out this invisible list of people that might possibly be interested in paving services and keep warming them up. So in a way, what we're doing, we're warming up an audience, warming up a group of people that are possibly looking for paving services. But in doing that, because we didn't try to get people to book an appointment for a free estimate, we didn't make anybody go out there and visit our website. We didn't do anything like that. All we did was, like I said, make 2 videos, and each one basically giving out a free PDF guide on what to look for in their parking lot or on their asphalt to see if they need repairs or if they need replacement. And people were already reaching out and asking questions about their asphalt. As a matter of fact, we generated 5 leads from that, and it cost us about $55 to generate leads. And we haven't started our second phase of advertising. So here's the 2 ads that I created here on Facebook. There's the one for the commercial paving and another one for driveway. And the whole goal was $5 a day. And we set the whole thing up. You can see the amount of message that we got. We got 11 messages from that. Some of them were spam, of course, but you'll see that our whole goal, again, my whole goal behind all of this is to design an invisible list of people that might have a remote chance of needing asphalt paving services in that local region. So it's 25%. I got 222 people to watch. 25% of those crappy little videos that I made them really quick, just with some video footage of his that he sent to me. And I just talked over the video, talking about some of the things that they could possibly look for in their paving to see if they need it replaced or they need it repaired. And I sent them out a PDF guide on what to look for. That's all the video did. You know, like I said, I didn't push them into booking for a free estimate. I didn't pressure them into anything. Ads by Laurel calls them goodwill content, something like that. Kind of the same thing that I do here on YouTube when it comes to showing some of this SEO stuff. I show people how to change their title tags, how to structure their homepage, what to do on their Google listing. I'm helping people out, building credibility with people, getting people to know who I am, and then they finally reach out to me when they need a website build or they need some SEO help. The same concept here. So what I'm doing is I'm handing out like a free PDF on what to tell a property owner to look for in their paving if they need it replaced or repaired. Same thing with a homeowner. So like I said, they're pretty generic, and I got 222 people to look at those videos. We even got some people to watch. We got 33 people that watched 100% of those videos, and those videos weren't even that great. So obviously these people might need some services, right? Well, anyways, when I did get some messages, that we noticed that we got about 5 people that actually reached out. They gave us their number right here on. I'm going to block this out so people can't see it. They gave us their information. They gave us their address. They gave us. They were asking some questions. Some of them went straight to the website and filled out the email form. We got a total of 5 legitimate good leads off of this campaign. Again, with the intent was not to get people to fill out this email form. The intent was for us to hand out this PDF. Only one person asked for it, which I gave it to them. I don't know if they booked the call or anything. But again, the idea here is to build an audience, start building an audience of people that could possibly need these asphalt paving services. And I'm going to start up the next batch here of ads. I'm going to create like 2 more ads and spend like $5 a day on each one. So it'd be about $300 a month on. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to retarget these specific ads to only those 222 people, which is going to cost my budget to be really, really cheap. I've heard some people say it could only even cost you about $2 a day because the audience is so small, so targeted, and Facebook keeps track of all this stuff. And in a way, it keeps people in front of these services. And as I was explaining to the owner of this company, I was telling him, think about it like when you're buying a car. Like when you and your spouse are talking about buying a car, you guys just up and go and buy that car the instant you see an ad for it? No, you're thinking about it, you're researching, you're taking a look at it. It could take 2 or 3 months, 4 months before you finally go out there and say, you know what, screw it, we're going to go buy that car. That's the whole idea behind this campaign that I have. Like I said, again, I will repeat, I'm not going to say it's going to work 100%. It's just purely experimental. We're just trying it out. I'm hoping that it works. I will keep you guys posted if it does. But the whole idea behind it is to build up a list of people that could possibly need the paving services in that particular area, and then keep hitting them with this retargeting ads to constantly remind them, look, this is what you need to look for in your parking. Check it out. Some of the reviews, we've gotten some people who've used our services here, but they constantly be getting hit and hit. The ads are going to be following them around and remind them about the paving services. And again, and those ads are only going to show up to the people that watch 25% of the first ads that we created. Seems like a pretty cool concept, and I'm kind of open to it. And I want to keep experimenting, and I want to keep experimenting. And I'm also going to do it with my business as well. My other portion of my business, I have like a subsection of my business when I only market to paving contractors and paving contractors alone. So I'm going to go ahead and try this method for myself on that platform as well. But I really do see the potential in doing stuff like this, because this SEO stuff, this AI stuff, all this is changing the way people look at for things, look for services. I still believe that people are still going to use their phone. Like, say, I'll tell you right now, if I needed my carpet cleaned here in my office, I'm just going to look for a carpet cleaning service near me. That's what I'm going to do. It's not a monster's purchase, not a big investment. Now, for a parking lot, that's a big purchase, right? I'm going to look. I'm probably going to investigate. I'm going to research some of these businesses. But if I see this business constantly showing me goodwill content, right, and I see their brand, I see the face to the business, then I look them up on Google. I'm like, I'm going to trust them a lot more. And like they say, it takes a lot of touch points these days in order for people to actually take action. Because I remember back in my days when I used to try to sell a website design to somebody, and I'd book an appointment with somebody. They have no idea who I am. They don't like me. They have no idea what my personality is. Nothing like that. As to compared when I used to build YouTube videos, or when I started my YouTube channel, I'd make videos. Then all of a sudden I get people to book a call with me. They say, oh yeah, we're looking for a website. I tell them the price and they say, okay, let's do it. And I'm like, holy crap, this is some of the easiest sales I've ever made. So I could see the potential in it. And I want to keep you guys posted on all of this stuff. But still, if you guys are still looking to the SEO, the website and stuff, which I still believe is very, very important, it's not going to be the biggest piece of that portion of the marketing pie that it once was, but it still be big nonetheless. And you're still going to need that website. Even if you do have these Facebook ads going up and they're working, people are still going to go visit your website. People are still going to go visit your Google business profile and see if you're legit and you're a good business. So you still should have all that stuff lined up perfectly. So if you guys want help with any of that stuff, just go to the description below. I have my little group there. You guys can click on there. You can join. I'll show you guys how to do everything that I do for all my clients. And if you guys want to check out the video where I talk about how I think Facebook is going to start putting up a good fight against Google, you can check out that video right here. And that's all I got for you guys today. Until next time.